Just realized I was still muted for a second there. Good evening, everybody! Professional. Welcome back to City of Mist, which I have not given a proper campaign title because, fuck it. This is episode 2 of what is going to be our season that will run for episodes, and many weeks, that I have content for, that this case will continue for. Today I am joined by my wonderful investigators. Say hi, everybody.
Hi!
Hello.
We have Chris,
Hi.
we have Vary, we have Kelly, and we have Fraser. I need to remember that I am reversed
I
on
was
this
also
camera, so I've
muted.
just done that in the wrong order. Streaming is hard.
The eternal struggle of left from right.
Yeah. It's like, exactly, I have left my brain right where nobody was expecting. So, just a quick note before we begin. I went back and looked at the video last time. There were some sound level problems. Hopefully, I will be loud enough this time because I was actually quite quiet on the video. So, if anyone's having any trouble hearing anything, or having any problem hearing anybody, or if there's any like audio issues or video issues, please tell us in the chat. Hello, Chaos. Tell us in the chat. Let us know, because I can't fucking tell any of this shit until I look at the video tomorrow afternoon after it has spent 4 hours rendering and uploading back up to YouTube. So telling us now would be just great. So for the first time, we are going to invoke one or another of City of Mist's cinematic moves. Today, it is the opening monologue, where one of our players will recount what happened in the previous session and give their character's thoughts on the current events. Chris, take it away.
It was supposed to be just a normal day. And then that witch told me that she needed something done. There was a time problem, and I got there too late. And somebody paid the price. So now I owe the witch a favor. All because of my own mistakes. God, wouldn't life be easier if I knew I was gonna do this accent last week. But here we are. I guess I smoke now too. But it's okay, because this is all just in my imagination. Anyway, I came to help my father pick up a clock. See you there, boys and girls.
That was noir as fuck, man, and I've also have no idea who the fuck was doing that monologue, because that's not what clock sounded like at all.
Not even slightly.
But you know what, I fucking love it. And the temptation to make that a rule was like, hey, when you do the opening monologue, you have to do it like as your character, but it isn't like 1940s Private Eye as possible.
As noir as you can.
As noir as you fucking can. Okay.
Yeah, that's Clark's inner voice. It's what he thinks he sounds like.
Yeah.
Clark,
What
absolutely,
character?
yeah. That's in it. Like he as a child, he had a real love of like Watchmen specifically.
As a child? As a child?
As a child. Yeah, his parents did not understand the concept of age-appropriate material.
It's like, it's a comic book, we can give that to a kid. Do not give Watchmen to children. Do not give The Boys to children. Definitely don't
I
give
don't
The
know,
Boys
like
to
it's a
children.
morning cartoon, it was very good.
It's like Clark down here being like, "Hello, I'm very glad that you're all right. You know, it's all." And inside he's like, "And now I remember that time and I hit that guy so hard that his face went out of his ass and into the wall.
The Berlin Wall. I was traveling in time again. I fucking know. So yeah, that in a roundabout way, kind of brings us to the beginning of our session. Last time we ended with Cal and Mal. I'm never gonna forgive you two for those names. If only because I made the same mistake myself.
Unintentional. Didn't plan it.
I chose mine first.
You
I
were
want
in
to
the
point that out.
same room.
I need that to be. No, I chose mine ages ago, way before character creation.
Well, fuck it. But yes, last time these two discovered a dead body. We went full. We've gone from neo noir to sort of like some weird business shit, like the very beginning of The Matrix to Stand By Me. And we have found a dead body, murdered, maybe, in a house. And just as they were having their moment of, oh fuck, we need to go, who should appear but the Mildred Police Department?
Oh god, I forgot we named the city Mildred.
Yes, you named the fucking city Mildred. You named the fucking city Mildred, and now I have to run with this.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Mildred
you
Metropolis.
Mildred can't
You
run,
just
she's got
named the
osteoporosis, damn it!
Named the city before we started, we
No.
wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah.
To be fair, Chris named it Mildred, and we all just sort of went with it.
Everybody decided it was canon. Yes.
That is true.
I think I like MPD rather than MCPD. Because MCPD sounds like a really shitty DJ.
MCPD.
Sounds like a DJ who's an absolute fucking narc.
You leave Mr. Statewide alone.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Oh, I wish City of Mist had an inspiration mechanic.
I'm like, instead of Pitbull, he's just called Terrier.
No, he's just Spaniel.
He gets his own feature on the dodo.
Mr. Statewide. Fuck. Oh, we're less than 20 minutes in, and it's already gone off the rails. So, yes, that is where we will start our session. Mal, you and Cal are both in there with fully swatted up police officers who are aiming guns at you. What do y'all do? They have said, police, put your hands up.
My fucking hands up. What else are we gonna do?
Okay, a cop comes forward, takes your hands, fucking cuffs you behind your back, and is like, you are under arrest, and does the full sort of start reading your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Yada 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 yada. I don't necessarily think it's quite
don't know all the
a thing in the UK, but because I've never been arrested. Yet.
I don't believe you.
But
You've never been arrested yet.
Yeah, they've yet to catch him.
yes, the night is still young. And
Don't say that, someone will swat you. Remember, we're on Twitch. You're just inviting it.
Don't bring that energy into the group, Jay. Sake.
they'll never take me alive.
Oh god, you're making it worse.
No, he's going to do the
God.
flop.
I will fight God with a loo roll tube. Also,
Special
having
guest
an
has
appearance.
decided to make an
Oh,
appearance
I'm pointing the wrong way because it's reversed.
the big fuzzy bastard.
and has made an attempt to stick his face in my dinner.
Cat bear.
Surprising absolutely nobody.
I mean, that do be what cats do.
So we're
for.
getting arrested.
But yes, anyway, I was as I was saying, I like the Miranda rights work as they're a very good sort of
You mean the Mildred rights?
the Miranda
Miranda's
rights
her
are not
sister.
named after a city called Miranda.
No,
Don't
it's
know
named
that.
after a planet. Yay! I won the game.
You've made him drink. You win.
God damn it! We killed the DM.
We've got the DM. I've got the DM's hip flask.
Barry has won the TTRPG. She broke the DM first.
Anyway. So. Get your own drink. So yeah. Y'all are under arrest. Clark, you had just stepped inside the house as well.
Yes, I had.
You are also being arrested. What do you do?
Marvelous. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna say that Clark is gonna stay silent and allow himself to be cuffed.
He is exercising his right to remain silent.
He is indeed.
Exactly. As far as right to an attorney goes, we will see. Effie, you are not being arrested.
No, I'm not.
You're outside with a distinctly nonplussed detective sergeant who's kind of just watching this, like he's standing there watching the SWAT go by. Cigarette completely forgotten, just going like, what the fuck?
Sergeant, what address is that?
That's, he checks the little plate by the door. 85 Oakland Place. Why?
I mean, you see a man about a chicken.
You know, Effie, coming for anybody else, that wouldn't make a fucking bit of sense. Coming from you, it still doesn't, but I'm gonna let you away with it.
I may need your backup on this as well, but
Effie,
I need to get in touch with my friend.
the Mildred Police Department does not exist. It does not exist to back you up.
Do you remember when I found out who was harassing your daughter?
What I'm saying is contact me after office hours.
Splendid! I shall do so. Don't worry, this is all going
Isn't
to
it
be
like
after
8
hours.
o'clock at night?
Aye,
Is
but
it not like 8 o'clock at night?
it is. I believe it's actually 7:30.
Hey.
Aye, but I feel like I'm about to get. I feel like I'm about to be suddenly called into work. Stubs the cigarette on the wall and goes inside the house. You stay here.
Where else have I
Cat rolled
got
a
to go?
3.
What?
Oh, the cat rolled a 3. I don't know what he was rolling for, but he rolled a 3.
He's rolling a bastard
Yay!
check. He's rolling a bastard check to be a bastard. We love the fuzzy little bastard. He is very fuzzy. I have a number of pictures of him asleep on my keyboard.
Yes. Very fuzzy.
So, for Mal, Clark, and Cal, you are hustled out of the house in the hands of several armed police officers and under the slightly perplexed eyes of not only a detective sergeant but also the DC, who has rocked up and been like, "Right, everybody, Sarge, what are you doing here?" I was having a fag and a drink with a friend, and then suddenly people were kicking fucking doors in. What's going on?
Can Effie, walk over to where the public would be standing at this point?
Yes, because, as with any piece of street theatre that happens, the public have started to gather. A few people coming out of their houses, looking out of windows, standing in doorways, just kind of being, what's going on there? Because, as we all know, the police are not subtle. So, y'all are under arrest.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Right.
the three of you. By the way, I don't believe Mal or Cal saw Clark at all at the end of the last session. So
No, but he's just here now.
the three of you are now bundled into the back of a police van together, with your hands cuffed behind your backs.
I'm the only one that saw the dead body, right? 'Cause I didn't let Mal look in the room.
Oh, you looked in the room and told her to call the police.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the police showed
I
up.
Then
wouldn't-
the police were there.
Yeah. Did it look like it had scythe marks on it? Because, Cal might not be necessarily the most trusting person.
The body was wrecked up pretty bad, but you really didn't get a very long look at it, so you can't tell. And there was a lot of blood everywhere.
Chris, to be fair, you did cut a woman out.
I
Early
did.
existence or whatever.
I absolutely accept the suspicion that
He did explain it to Cal though, and Cal saw that the woman wasn't hurt when he was cutting around her. So
You didn't see her.
Yeah,
after, though.
but we've
I didn't
just
see her
found the dead
afterwards,
body,
that's true.
immediately been arrested alongside him. We didn't know he was here.
Yeah,
What are
he's
you doing
bailed
here?
into a police car, and you just see him next to you in the back of the police car. And he's just like, hey.
I think as soon as Mal sees him, can I roll to hyperventilate?
No, that's a free action. You can just do that.
So, Mal starts to hyperventilate.
can I?
I don't know. I think that
Wait,
might
am I
actually
handcuffed behind my
a
back?
face danger roll, actually.
Mal has a panic attack.
Am I handcuffed behind my back?
Yep.
Can I pull a paper bag out from my back pocket?
Yes, you can.
Wait, there's no
For
police
Mal.
looking at me, right?
Well, here's the thing.
I'm watching you.
You forget, Fraser. The mist changes a few things.
True.
Did that mean
I
you
hand
pull
it
the
to
paper
Mal.
bag out of your pocket?
Paper bag.
That means
Breathe into this.
You just pull the paper bag out of your pocket.
Mal takes it from you with her hands behind her back and goes, "Fucking how?
Oh, good point.
Are you kidding?"
Oh,
I'm
God.
handcuffed too.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'll use this for if I ever start to hyperventilate out of my ass. And she just goes back to rocking back and forth.
At least you're not hyperventilating anymore.
Rocking back and forth. Sorry, couldn't resist. Yeah, the doors, bang, bang, are slammed shut behind you, and the van takes off. Effie, you watch them drive away, and McLean comes back over to you. He goes, right. Seems that somebody in there is missing some everything from the body. So there's a deed cut in the living room. So do you mind coming back to the station with me? I've got an idea.
You tell me your idea and I'll tell you mine.
Well, 3 folk were in there,
Hmm.
and there's still guys in there searching for a weapon or anyone else. My thinking is if you perhaps posed as another criminal, someone else in custody, you might be able to work a little bit on magic, and he does mean that entirely metaphorical. McLean is a sleeper.
Uh-huh.
You might be able to work a little bit of your magic and glean a bit of information from them, you know?
See, the thing is, McLean, I don't want to play my hand too soon. I think I know a guy who knows what was going to happen in there. Now, I need to pay that gentleman a visit, but I'll need yourself to join me, and I do need to call on a friend of a friend, you know.
A guy who knows a guy.
What can I say? I'm a social butterfly.
Aye. An entire flock of them, I can tell. Right.
Seagulls now. Stop it now.
You do this for me, and I'll come with you to see your guy, okay? Effie, I'd rather find out if these three are completely innocent, and therefore stop having to waste everybody's time, than go off on a, may I remind you, what would be a bit of an unsanctioned goose chase.
I pull out my phone and I show him the text of Jerry trying to set me up to go to that address.
You... You pull out your phone. And you open the messages. And the message that you got from Jerry was actually broken into a couple of parts. It was, I've got the photos, etc, etc. And then the final message was, meet me at 89 Oakland Place, 7:30. That final message is gone.
Okay.
Jerry, you chicken shit, you.
What are you showing me here, Effie?
So, remember the
pretend that I didn't just see that whatever pictures you are talking about are some poor bastard's Instagram printouts.
Oh, I'm a fan of art, let's just say.
Right.
Now. I have never let you down in the past now, have I?
Exactly, but you understand, we've got to keep, it's like I've got to keep things at least seeming by the book.
And I was meeting a
I think Chris's dinner's
Sorry.
ready.
That was my phone going off, I'm sorry. I had forgotten to put my phone on vibrate. I'll put it on now.
My goddamn ambience, damn it!
I'm
We
sorry.
were building
I
a
know.
mood!
You had so much
had a
good mood.
scene!
I'm sorry.
The scene!
Let me put it this way, Sarge. Do my part of the plan first, because if we do yours first, my theory is this gentleman will not be with us much longer.
I'm going to need you to roll to convince.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Remember, DMs, there is no shame in having the book open on your knees throughout the entire session. In fact, it's recommended.
Why would there be any shame in that?
Because some people feel weird if they don't know all the rules off by heart. And those people have internalized GM shame.
Oh. That's not cool. Right.
I need you to roll to convince. Have you got anything that will help you get a bonus for this? Any power tags you can add?
Local knowledge covers the entire city. Let's see.
I mean, I think this does invoke your guy who knows a guy feature.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Didn't
Because
literally say I know a guy.
because you do know a guy.
So, 1d6.
2d6.
2d6.
It'd be a bit shite if you only rolled 1d6.
Two 4s.
So it's an 8, plus, you only added one power tag, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 9, that's a mixed success. On a 7 to 9, to give in a little, they give in a little but protect their own agenda. Right, what have we got? Relevance. On a hit, choose a relevant status with tier equal to power. You target and choose either to take the status or give in a little but protect their own agenda. Fine.
Do this for me.
Fine. But I'm getting you in that cell, and you're going to talk to them. Okay?
Always.
Good.
Remember, we scratch each other's backs here.
Exactly.
Now, let me phone my bouncer friend. He's going to join us.
Hello? Who's this?
Hiya, it's Effie. You fancy a job tonight?
On a scale of 1 to lead pipe, how likely am I going to get my teeth kicked in for this one?
Oh, you're not going to get your teeth kicked in.
Fantastic, I'm in.
Beautiful. I will send you the address. Don't show your face until I'm on the doorstep and give you a signal, okay?
Are we just doing threatening, or is this a ski mask job?
We'll see how it goes.
Fantastic, I'll pack the ski mask. Buck hangs up. It is time to hit the road. You and Detective Sergeant McLean get in his car. You tell him the address. Vroom, start driving. For the rest of our characters,
Handcuffed.
oh, y'all are handcuffed in the back of a police van that is speeding down to the local neck. Does anybody want to say anything, talk, or do anything while they're in the back of the van?
Clark, what are you doing here?
I came here to help my father move a clock. And, well, he's not here, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
Not here as in not on the street, or not here as in not in the back of this police van?
I think not on the street. I didn't see his car, so... My money says we've been set up for something.
Yeah, seems like it.
Good.
All of us being here at the same time doesn't seem like it could be a coincidence.
Does feel a little suspicious.
What are we gonna do? How are you two so calm? Is this the first time, is this not the first time you guys have been arrested? Because it's the first time I've been arrested.
I think this is no, this is the first time I've been arrested. I can't remember being arrested before.
I think you would remember something like this. Why? Where? Can they even arrest you just for? I mean, I guess we were in that house. Didn't break in though.
There was a dead body.
There was a what?
There was a dead
was a
body in
what?
the living room. Remember when I told you to call the police? There's a dead body in the living room.
Ah.
Oh,
Like-
we're so screwed. Oh my god, we're so screwed.
Real fucked up looking
Oh
body.
my god.
So are we just hoping the justice system prevails, or are we gonna break out this van? What's
Break out of this van? Are you fucking kidding?
I was wondering what would be the opportune...
We're already in enough trouble. Jay, is the van moving?
Yes.
Okay, we are in enough trouble, and I do not like our odds jumping out of a moving fucking vehicle. Handcuffs.
Oh, we wouldn't be, we don't have to be in handcuffs for very long. Handcuff keys are all the same make. I'm sure I could get one.
Okay, that's great, but what about the part where we jump out of the moving van while the handcuffs are still on?
Take handcuffs off. Traffic lights.
It's not a terrible...
So what, you're just gonna magic us up a key?
Pretty much, yeah. I reach to my back pocket and I pull out a handcuff key.
You pull out a comically large key that looks like it would fit in a fucking medieval castle door.
Ah, close.
So it,
I see the.
it's like the length of your, it's like twice the length of your hand.
I don't always
You just
get what I
have-
want, but
you just
I can
have that?
eventually. Sure. Can I try again, but like roll for it? Try like hard.
Okay. You wanna try something? You wanna try a thing?
I want to try a
You
thing.
want to do a thing in a TTRPG?
I want to roll some dice in
You want
the
to
game
fucking
we're
roll
playing.
some dice? Yeah, all right.
So bag of tricks.
Well, I need to work out what you're rolling first. So, because
That's
I'm
fair.
thinking that this is. Yeah, I think this is a take the risk move. Because you're doing something quite. This is a change the game. Jumping out of the van will be take the risk.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is a change the game move.
So I think bag of tricks because I'm using my power.
Yep.
You could. Would you argue this is a chaotic thing to do, trying to break out of the prison van, the police van?
I mean,
Because then I could use taking a left turn at Albuquerque.
is it funny?
Depends on
this
your
funny?
definition of funny.
If you take, I'm gonna I'll do you a deal. And this is one of the great things I like about City of Mist is there can be a lot of negotiation about this, and I can add shit in if I want. If I will let you add taking a left turn at Albuquerque, if you let me make this happen in a weird and funny way.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So that's bag of tricks, taking a left turn at Albuquerque. Is there anything else? Because I'm actually going to invoke one of your weakness tags.
Okay.
I am going to invoke your I can't be bothered weakness tag.
Cool.
Because it literally says, when the going gets tough, I've had enough. And the going's getting pretty tough.
Pretty tough, yeah.
You've been arrested.
So that's... Wait, so the weakness -1?
So that's an overall +1.
An overall +1. Cool.
Overall +1. I will maybe pull out what am I supposed to do with this later, but we'll see.
That is a 6 + 1, 7 total, just about.
Yeah, anyone who hasn't realized who Fraser is, y'all need to fucking be older. What was that, Fraser?
6 + 1, 7.
You got a
Just
7.
about mixed success.
So that is a mixed success. Change the game. When you use your abilities to give yourself advantage, roll plus power on any hit, you get juice equal to power, which is 1. You have 1 juice to spend. Spend your juice to create the following effects: a story tag, burn a power or a story tag, or give or reduce a status. I think you're trying to create the story tag of escaping handcuffs.
Yeah.
So that kind of sounds
That
like what we're doing
one.
here.
Handcuff key.
You do not pull out a handcuff key.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You pull out an angle grinder. You pull
Like
out
a
a
hand-
battery-powered angle grinder.
So I'm holding
in his
it
pocket.
behind me.
Like a big one.
You see, Cal, like, because when he focuses on this, he just sort of sits there, like, really, like, focused for a second, and then pulls the thing out, and he's just like, fuck. Okay, who's going first?
Mal. Just
I
kind of-
show them that angle grinder. I'm actually putting my hands behind my back in real life, and that doesn't do anything for anyone.
He's like,
I'm keeping my hands behind my back.
You're kinda just
it's
like,
called role
I've
play.
got an angle grinder.
Guys, I have an angle grinder.
I am so sad you didn't do this.
Clark, come here.
Mal stops rocking back and forth, stops hypervent, stops breathing, actually, and is just staring at you like this.
Could you start screaming at the police officers to let us out the van real quick?
Am I hallucinating? Did you drug me?
I
I
don't.
kind of want to see this play out.
Yeah, no,
but
'cause
I
this
also
is like-
feel like This is a
Handheld angle
level
grinder
of
is like this big.
daftness that needs, like, dealt with.
This is what
Because
happens
this
when
is
you
a
take
hell-
a left turn in Albuquerque.
This is a health and safety hazard.
This is an
I like-
unlicensed man with an angle grinder.
Yeah,
Look,
Clark
just
is not
hold
okay
your
with
arms
this.
out as far as you can behind you, and I'll try my best to aim.
Jay,
Try your best!
Jay,
I'm so happy about this. Yeah?
can I go into overtime, please?
Ooh,
I mean, it
okay.
is past.
You are off the clock, Clark,
I am off the clock.
but you're not off the clock.
Apparently, I'm not off the Clark.
What are you planning to do with your overtime?
So, as we have as a health and safety, a very serious health and safety violation has just appeared in my immediate vicinity, and I have to deal with it, and that is a work job, and Clark is not happy about it.
Yeah, because he's not at work.
Yeah. So, I would like to Clark is gonna step outside of the flow of time.
Alone?
Yup. Leaving the handcuffs behind.
Okay, so you're gonna like put yourself a little out of sync with time so that the handcuffs are occupying a different temporal space from your hands. So they're basically like, they're there, you're here.
Yes.
Are you bringing the van?
Whilst I am out with time, I'm going to freeze everything else so that I don't have to deal with it. And I am going to I'm going to take the angle grinder. I'm going to remove it from the vehicle.
Okay, this is a lot of stuff here, Chris.
Yeah, this
Can he
is a
just
big
do that?
move.
This
I don't
is
think
a
he can just
big
do that.
move.
Yes,
is-
I am
we're-
making a big move.
It is the beginning of episode 2, ladies and gentlemen, and we have got a big move.
In overtime, I only do big moves.
Where
Why are you
is
trying
it?
to get
Where
rid of
is
my
it?
angle
Where is
grinder,
it?
bro?
There is a move for this. Give me a second.
He's got an angle to grind with you, Fraser.
Yup.
Because this is not. I don't think this is actually a move. I think this is a dramatic moment.
I will take a dramatic moment.
Which are a whole fucking thing. Give me a minute.
Hot damn.
Because, fun fact, when I did say that, when I, did my presentation about this and, told you that in City of Mist, the powers can kind of go buck wild. There is a specific mechanic for when they go buck wild. And it's, and I think
What's
this
my
fits-
bouncer friend got to do with it?
No, he's buck wold. Buck Wild is actually his cousin. And I love this because you can like power levels in City of Mist are nuts, but there is a specific move and moment called Stop Holding Back. And I think this fits very well with your little overtime maneuver.
Yup.
Because you're currently trying to do quite a lot of things in
Yup.
quite a big way.
Yup.
I was gonna die in the back of this van.
So, when you use your powers in a new and never before seen way or scale, tell the MC what you hope to achieve. The MC will tell you the sacrifice it will take from you.
Deal. In which case I will detail to you my plan in exactitude.
Good. Because what you're going
Does
to
it
do...
involve getting us out of the handcuffs?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
before you do, I'm going to finish describing the move, okay?
Okay.
So what you will do is you will then roll plus Logos, which means you will roll for every Logos card you have.
Okay.
Sorry, you will roll and then take a bonus for every Logos card you have.
Cool.
And on a hit, you achieve exactly what you wanted to achieve and pay the price. I'm gonna read these out to you because this is a big fucking deal.
Yep.
So, a significant, a no return, or an ultimate price.
Cool.
I don't think this is quite a no return. I think we're just at significant for now. I don't want to set off the fireworks just yet.
Cool.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, mark fade stroke crack and burn all the power tags on one theme. On a 10 plus, you will mark fade stroke crack on one theme. Here's the thing.
Okay.
What this will do is potentially lead towards the changing of a card.
Jesus.
Oh, that feels really big for this situation.
Well, that's if you fuck it up. You need to mark 3. You need to mark 3 fade to for it to
lose a card.
flip.
Okay.
You will only mark 1. But if you, I will be nice. I will be nice this time. And if you get a partial success, a 7 to 9, where it says burn all the power tags on one theme, this will basically put your time powers out of action temporarily.
Deal.
Like completely, everything will.
Yep.
Burning of tags can be permanent.
Okay.
Okay, I will let you find a way to bring that back.
That'd be a good plan.
So tell me
It's
your
an
whole
excellent
last
plan.
because with this level of consequences, you've got a whole level of bullshit you can do.
And I intend to. Clark is going to phase himself out of time with the cuffs so that the cuffs are no longer on him. Freeze time around him to move the angle grinder. Use the angle grinder to dismantle the entire police car. Stack it neatly by the side of the road. Remove the handcuffs. Remove Cal and Mal to a safe location. And ensure that the police officers in the front of the car are deposited at the police station with no clear understanding of the time spent between the arrest and getting to the police station.
What the fuck?
No, that's a stop holding back.
That's a stop holding back, baby. But I will say,
That's
We're
what
gonna
I'm gonna do.
dismantle van.
before
Yeah,
we
got the
roll
memo.
for it- before we roll for this, and this is one of those moments in the life of a dungeon master where I really wish I had the Dimension 20 box of Doom to roll in here, because this is a fucking box of Doom roll if I have ever goddamn heard one. I will read to you what will happen to you on a miss, because you are doing this no matter
Yep.
what. I will read to you what happens if you fuck this up.
Cool.
You're gonna traumatize those fucking officers.
No, they're not gonna know anything's happened. They're just gonna
We're not in like a convoy or anything, right? It's just like
No.
a van.
It's just a van.
Okay, good.
Well,
Yeah.
there were two vans. One's got you in it. One's got the other cops in it.
But they're gone.
They're just ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They're, yeah, the
26.
van behind them is just going to completely disappear. As in, like, blink and it's gone.
Because
That's
this is all
that's gonna
happening in a picosecond.
Yes, literally the smallest division of time.
Yeah.
That's so good.
On a 6 or less, you pay the
Okay.
price given, but you also lose control over your powers or fail to use them as planned. The MC will decide how and what the consequences are. So,
This could go so badly.
what I am saying to you, brother dearest,
Yeah.
Don't fuck up. Don't you fuck up. Because you fuck up, it's gonna fuck up big time.
Here we go.
can everybody
2d6.
else, just as we're doing a dramatic moment, and I think this is the thing we're going to do, could everybody else please just give me a drum roll? Roll them, Chris!
I was gonna try and angle my camera so you could see the roll, but let's just do
Let's
this.
not fuck with that.
Alright.
Do it faster, my hands hurt.
Hey, Jay.
What did you roll?
What here's? I rolled 2 5s.
You rolled a 12! Plus 2 rolls, that's your 12!
Break that van.
Oh,
Break that van. Break
Break that van!
Oh!
Oh,
Mr. Clark Smith! You focus. You see the angle grinder, realize the situation you're in, and with a sigh, you realize that it's time to go to work.
Hells yeah, I do. Ah, and we all know that I hate working.
You hear the ticking behind the universe. You feel the pendulum swing. And as it goes from one to the other, you are out of the handcuffs. They're occupying a different second in time that they sort of fuzz and blur as they catch up to you, suddenly having to move so much quicker to retain their own time. Everything else around you goes still. Hey, when I'm doing a dramatic moment, I knock off my crackers. Everything goes still. You can't hear anything except a sound so vast as to only be detectable on the edge of hearing. Just the steady tick, tick, tick heartbeat of the universe. You get up, you dust yourself off, you take the angle grinder off Cal, you remove the handcuffs from your two companions. You open the back of the van, you escort them outside, and in the merest fraction of a blink of an eye, you dismantle this entire van down to the bolts.
Meticulously.
And you pile it up on the side of the road. Because, you're not going to leave that stuff in traffic. That's dangerous.
A good foot back from the edge of the pavement.
As far into
to
the pavement
ensure
as you
safety.
can manage. You actually take some police tape from one of the people who was in the front and set up a cordon around it, just to ensure it.
Exactly. It's a trip
some
hazard.
traffic cones from somewhere just to make sure nobody drives too close.
Exactly.
With the
You
little
then-
triangle, showing the distance between the hazard.
You then, moving the two police officers as they are weightless outside of time, you move them. You walk the entire distance to the police station, drop them off, and walk all the way back.
Pick up Mal and Cal.
Pick up
And
Mal and
remove
Cal.
them.
And where do you go?
My apartment.
I like to think that Clark was wearing high-vis, he has a high-vis vest folded up in a pocket at all times. I like to think that even though he's moving too fast for anyone to see him, he's outside the flow of time.
He's wearing a
First,
high vis.
right?
He's wearing his high vis vest.
He puts on his high-vis vest, and he doesn't take it back off until he's finished, even though nobody saw it.
It's canon.
That's accurate. It's
Yeah.
canon.
His high vis vest lets him use his powers better.
It doesn't. He just thinks it does. And as the
Lucky
ticking
high-vis
gets
vest.
faster, tick, 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 and just blurs into the everyday background sounds of the universe, time comes back.
Question.
Cal, you have gone from sitting in the back of a police van holding an angle grinder to
Sitting at my coffee table.
to sitting at a coffee on or at.
At.
You're sitting at a coffee table on a weird grey pinstriped couch that sort of alternates between grey and another kind of grey. With Mal sitting next to you. And no handcuffs. Although your hands are in exactly the same position.
Can Clark stop the momentum that we have?
Yes! Actually, he can.
Okay.
Why
Cal
fucking
just
say
sort of
that?
blinks a few times and then looks at his hands and goes, I'm going to bed, and just like lies back.
Chris, you are so lucky. I'm gonna say this right.
I know, right?
Because if you had rolled that miss, man, I was gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
I was going to fuck up the world doing that.
I would have assumed nothing less. I picked the go big or go home powers. Here we are.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Oh, fucking.
Is Mal also just sat on the couch?
Yeah.
Also, see when Cal just is like, I'm going to bed,
Barry.
and just like leans back and starts to take a nap. Mal's quiet. She's not freaking out anymore, but she is just kind of looking down at her hands. After a second, she looks up at Clark, just looks him right in his eyes, and says, "You gonna kill me?"
Clark, can I just point out to you, by the way, looks like absolute dog shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's run a marathon.
You look like you've
Like-
run a marathon and haven't slept in 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. And he's there, and he's just like, no. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes.
Sure.
I also have coffee if you would prefer.
I like sweetened chai.
Well, I don't have that.
Can I pull out a tea bag of sweetened chai and
No.
give it to him?
Okay, you know what you can do, Fraser? You can reach into your pocket and you can pull out an entire tea bush.
Just take some leaves off this.
Clark.
Like a whole
Takes-
fucking size one.
Clark.
You can keep this. I just give it to him. I put it on his coffee table.
Is it in a pot?
No. Yes, no, that's more sort of accurate to this.
Full potted plant
Just
of tea.
a full potted tea bush, which is quite big. It's quite a big thing. There's
Clark
not a
just
bush
kinda
taking up a
stares at-
large percentage of your living room.
Clark just kind of stares at it and goes, yes, now.
Oh no, that's not in character. Sorry to ruin the
Sorry.
moment. I don't know who it is that's doing the stream, but you've got a bot in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
given the heads up.
Also,
Hi.
yeah,
Fuck you. Oh, we did this before. How do you block people again?
So you gotta go into the mod view.
Oh, that's usually your bit, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Also, Jake, just by the way, be careful when you're like switching over to chats in Discord because you've shown.
Yeah.
Oh
some
fuck, have I?
people's- Yeah,
Shit. Sorry.
I think you just showed Barry's like Discord name.
It's all right.
Oh, try not to dox people.
See, it worked fine last time. Cool. I'll stick to doing that on my phone next time. There, everybody. It's really hard to see everything that's going on at the same time.
I know. Life is cruel when you haven't got enough screens.
Life is cruel when I haven't got enough screens. Chris, if you could, kill
Yeah,
this ball like he was John Connor.
I am on it.
Fantastic. So, as... Yeah. So, yeah, Cal pulls out an entire fucking tea bush that is now sitting on your coffee table.
Al's just kind of like, still sitting there kind of quiet, and it's like, so you're not, either of you, trying to kill me?
No.
Then can one of you please explain what the fuck is going on?
Magic, basically. Like magic stuff. I don't know, I'm tired. He also looks tired, so I don't know if anyone's... I think we should just, like, go to bed.
Clark stands up and says, and puts the kettle on. And it's like, Miss Mal, I appreciate that we have not met until today, and that a lot has happened today. But you need to understand that We live in a world that has both mundane and magical. That there are among us people such as myself and Cal here who have certain powers and abilities given to us. You are also among this group, although you haven't, I don't know, figured it out yet.
That's why I thought you would know. I mean, only people with powers can perceive other people's powers. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't really know how it works, but that,
so you're telling me I'm magic?
yeah.
Yes. We've just got to figure out how.
Kind of like looks at her. She's like looking at herself, looking at her hands, and she's like, I don't feel magic. I just feel scared.
Well, I can promise you that as long as I am alive, I will do my best to keep you safe, if that is of any consequence to you. Do you take milk and sugar?
Yeah. Kind of milk though. I can't have almonds.
I've only got cow's milk. Good. Brings the tea over. Your leaves are stewing, Cal.
Thanks. I hope that's actually a tea bush. I actually have no idea.
I'm afraid
Yes,
I am not an expert on horticulture of tea bushes, but I am going to be soon, I feel.
Yeah, so my power, as you've seen several times, is I can basically pull anything out of my pockets. His power seems to be time stuff, and that's I've
Also time related.
fair enough.
Okay. How did you guys like figure it out? And you notice she's like warming her hands with her tea, but she's not drinking it.
I filled in a job application.
Fought a troll in an alley.
Sorry, this is out of character. Those two were just such different things.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, that was so deadpan.
Thank you.
I was just like, right. Sure. So, you got your powers from a job,
Yes.
she points at Clark. You didn't have them before.
No, I applied and was accepted for the role, and the role is ensuring the safe passage of time.
Your powers, what? I'm sorry, a troll?
I didn't get the powers from a troll. It's a long story. I met someone, they explained to me that I could see things that I shouldn't be able to see unless I have powers, and I eventually figured out what they were. Which is, hopefully, the same thing that will happen with you.
In the meantime, I need to go and make a quick phone call, if that's all right.
Okay.
And with that,
Can I take a nap here?
My sofa is yours.
Cool. I take a nap.
and as this scene comes together, we will actually cut directly to Effie, where you are in the passenger seat of Detective Sergeant McLean's police car, where he is currently driving with one hand and holding a radio with the other, saying, "What the fuck do you mean the van's gone?"
Effie looks out the window and just has a slight smirk.
Just over the radio, it's like, "I don't know what to tell you, Sarge. It was there 1 second and now it's gone." Gibby and Alistair, they're at the station. They just appear out of thin fucking air in the break room. What do you mean out of thin fucking air? They what? It's like, you know, they were there and then they walked in and they were like, how the fuck did we get here? Like, what the fuck do you mean they don't know how they got there? They were driving a fucking van!
I'm recording this, by the way.
In it!
I do love these moments in these games where Jay just doesn't really need us.
Well, we just had a long scene where y'all didn't need me, so I'm taking it back now.
I'm just recording this whole thing as she sparks out the window.
Yeah. Just let me know when Effie's phone rings.
He's like, what the fuck do you mean? He is just screaming down his radio. You incompetent fucking waste of badge! Fuck's sake. Right, fucking find them. Alright, it's like, did anybody ID those suspects? Just silence over the radio. Did nobody search the suspects for forms of identification?
I think they got that far.
Seriously? Did nobody... I'm going to have a word with everybody at the briefing tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot fucking louder than this! Slams the handset back onto the rack that's sort of set up on his dashboard. Right, Effie, a bit of a change of plans.
Trouble in Paradise?
You would not believe.
I believe in quite a lot, don't worry, but...
Fucking...
Yeah, that sounds like a HR issue. Like, they didn't even ID the people?
It's like these fuckers have never... It's like these fuckers didn't even go through the academy. Fuck's sake.
I mean, some of them didn't. Nepotism, baby!
Yes, well, that's not exactly my area of expertise, is it? You know, fucking cunts go through Hendon and they think they're all that and they can't make mistakes and, oh, for fuck's sake, suddenly they've lost 3 suspects and a van!
3 suspects and a van?
3 suspects and a van! 3 suspects we don't have any idea of, and I don't think we didn't get the headshots of, so all we've got is what the officers know they look like. That's it! I'm gonna fucking skin somebody.
I stopped the recording on my phone very discreetly.
Right. We are gonna have a word with your mate, and then I am going back to the station to sort out this mess. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to call in that favor later. Or once this is all sort of become less of a what's the technical police term? Gigantic shitestorm.
Tell you what, DC, just drop me off at the gent's address and I can have a word with him.
Aye, very good. You tell me everything, okay?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
A few more minutes pass of the sergeant just fuming along. He drops you outside the address, and as he's pulling away, your phone rings.
So, I didn't realise you were a fan of like Woody Harrelson and oh God, what was his name? He was in Zombieland and like The Social Network. Now You See Me Now. Yeah, that film.
I don't watch films much.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Effie,
I heard you had quite the ride.
I did. And I need a big favor.
A big favor.
A big favor.
I'm listening.
So, The house that the three of us, that being myself and my two work colleagues, were at when the police arrived contained a dead body. Now, having spoken to my colleagues, no one had phoned the police. The police already arrived, they had already been called. That suggests someone may be trying to set us up in some way. So, we need to know what's going on, who the dead person is, why the three of us were called there for completely innocuous reasons, and we need the police to arrest 3 different suspects.
That shouldn't be an issue.
Effie, you have a bit more knowledge about sort of about the city and its inner workings and those who live in it. A little voice in the back of your head is telling you, if someone's gone to this much trouble, then the police are the least of your worries. And there's worse things than police on these streets.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Gratis. Clark. Now, I hope you understand this is not something I do lightly.
Understood.
Be prepared. Because if someone has orchestrated this farce without knowing your capabilities, they may be aware of them now. And given that you have 2 other people that have certain expertise within your vicinity, the aura of power you will be giving off, especially after you just expended that amount of energy, that would lead me to believe you're a bit weakened at this present moment. So, do you think the location you are presently in is secure?
As secure as I can make it.
I would ask who asked you to meet up at that address and see if anyone else has that same address. Or be safe. I'll be in touch.
Click.
And with that, we are going to take our quick break. So if anybody needs to go to the bathroom, grab food, etc., now is the time. We will be back in 10 minutes. I'm gonna sit here and plan. So yeah. If you need to go and do shit, go and do shit.
Bye! See you later!
Bye.
I'm still, I'm not gonna change the screen or anything. So if it,
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you were.
no, like
Cool.
guys,
We're still here.
go and commit piss crimes.
I'm good.
Well, Kelly needed to go. If anybody needs to go get food, make tea, etc.
I have rice.
You have rice. I have alcohol.
I have
And rice cake.
I also have alcohol. I'm not drinking it though.
Yeah.
GT the size of my head.
Nice.
I
To
have
be
a-
fair, I made the cocktail.
Sponsored by Jack Daniels.
No,
We're not.
and definitely
No.
not the honey Jack Daniels, although that would be appropriate.
It tastes like being like
It's nasty.
regretting student life.
It's look, it's too sweet for me, and I am drinking
I like
raspberry
sweet
cider.
I like sweet drinks. What can I say?
That's real sweet. Anyway, I made the cocktail that is currently in this hip flask before I went away for my my weekend writers' retreat.
Did I hear someone say Jack Daniels?
Why? How am I the only one who is not drinking
siblings.
Jack Daniels? Me.
This is your bowl.
That's also my Jack Daniels. Yes.
Yeah.
This one's more drank, to be fair. But I do have the regular stuff, though.
Yeah, I made this before my weekend retreat, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have it now because I didn't actually drink it that much. But it's very nice. Yeah. At some point, by the way, I don't know how interested anybody would be, but just fishing for it in the future. Who would actually be interested in a stream where I just make cocktails?
I reckon you should do that and use the reference to the Drunken Moogle, if it's still
Moogle.
active.
Ooh. Don't know that, but I do like Moogles.
It's a very good cocktail website. Like,
Fantastic.
Would you set up a camera in your kitchen?
Yeah, I could probably set up a camera in my kitchen fairly easily.
What if I was also there and I taste tested them?
Well, I'll need someone out there to taste test them, and it'll probably be several people, because if it's just Chris, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
Just through alcohol poisoning alone.
oh, yeah, Jay, there is the website there. I'll send it on over to you.
Thank you very much, Dale. I
You
also
absolute
have-
bastard. We were going to do that as a podcast a really long time ago. If anyone else is going to be there, it's going to be me.
That's why I said multiple people. Also, I have a number of cocktails written down in this book that are largely of my own creation. Some of which probably can't be reproduced because they require some specific ingredients.
Ooh, there's a pomegranate one here.
Worth to try.
It's based off Hades.
Ooh, pomegranates. That's some Persephone shit right there. But yeah, I would do a stream. It will probably end up being one of the. It'll probably be something I keep in my back pocket if Chris is ever unavailable for a stream, and I just do something solo. Thank you, Mary. I'll call people and be like, hey, who wants to just come be drunk in my kitchen for a Monday night?
It comes with YouTube videos now. That's cool.
Fuck yeah. It'll be either that or I will just start scouring through how to drink because, man, I fucking love that channel.
Oh god. Listen to this. Are you afraid of the dark cocktail? Right. 1 ounce of apple whiskey, 1 ounce of maple whiskey, 1 ounce of apple cider, moonshine, cinnamon, and of course an apple orchard stick.
See, when it says moonshine, I'm assuming it means proper moonshine.
I imagine it's just any moonshine you can get your hands on.
Well, because that's the thing is that the bar I used to work at, we had moonshine that was served in jars, but I don't count it as proper moonshine because one, it was quite heavily flavored, and two, it was only 20%. And personally, I don't think it can be counted as moonshine unless it was brewed in a bathtub and can make you blind.
To be fair, this cocktail is on fire now that I look at it too.
So something with a very, very high alcohol proof, or that'll be what the cinnamon's for actually. Because what you can do, there's a very flashy trick where you can take a lit cocktail, which by the way I've never made a flaming cocktail before, and then you just take some cinnamon dust and you just sort of dust it over the top, and it'll just spark. Looks very impressive.
That's very
reasonably safe.
But then you get little bits of burnt cinnamon in your drink.
Exactly. I will probably
That's
stay
why
away
you
from
use
something like
trainer.
that. I will probably stay away from something like that because I haven't even ever done a flambe.
You will burn down your kitchen.
Flambés are fun.
Flambés are fun, but I've always been too scared to try them. The closest I've ever done is and oh yeah, by the way, quick tip for anybody who's ever making burgers or sausages or just a piece of meat in a pan. Get a proper lid for that pan, and while whatever it is frying, just get some rum, just get some spiced rum, just crack open, slosh a dollop in, and slam that lid on. It's going to make a lot of very distressing and scary noises, but so long as the heat isn't too high, you should be fine.
This is
basically-
Johnny pranking people into burning their houses down.
Well, no. This is no. Because here's the thing: you don't ever.
Are we a
do not
cooking show
apply,
now?
You don't apply a flame to the. Aw, tell Wookie we say hi. You don't apply a flame to the rum. You have it in the pan, and you keep the heat fairly low. And what essentially you end up happening is you end up steaming the burger in the alcohol. So if it's a nice spiced rum, it works fairly well.
That sounds really good.
It's a good.
Is it-
Also,
Leave
you'd
the liquor
eventually boil
dry.
the alcohol away,
That's the
just
point.
leaving the flavour.
You give it enough. You give it enough. Time, and cook it low and slow so that the alcohol is gone, and you've essentially steamed it in all the other good stuff. And you could
It ends up kind of glazed because of all the sugars from the rum.
yes, and it's delicious.
And from the
Hence the
vegetarian.
term steaming.
And it's the Tom steaming exactly. Well, you could
Tastes
probably
like my pumpkin mug.
you have
That is very cute.
October is coming. You're having big pumpkin times.
Oh,
Product placement is Starbucks.
Can we not shill Starbucks of all things?
let's
Look how
chill.
cute it is!
It
It's
is
just going to
cute.
be awesome.
But we will shill October. Kraken would probably work pretty well. I've done it with Captain Morgan's, and I've done it with Bacardi Gold, because that was what was in the house. I don't drink Bacardi Gold or Captain Morgan's, someone else does. Because I like flavoured rum, so I tend not to actually cook with that. Because things tend to get very, very sticky. And then, you might end up with a
Sticky.
delicious burger, but it'll be a cunt to clean up afterwards.
And cooking drunk is like a weird experience.
Oh, cooking drunk is great fun!
It's really fun, but it's like
Fraser, half
I
the time...
feel like I
half the time
simultaneously
have
am really
invited you around for
excited
dinner,
and
I
feel
have
like
been
I'm gonna
steaming by
kill
the time
myself.
things have plated up. Half the time I've invited you around for dinner, I've been drinking whiskey throughout the entire cooking process.
I feel like
like-
your cooking process is right. Start chopping, pour a drink.
Start chopping, pour a drink the drink, chop some more, drink the drink.
To be fair, like I was drinking
Well, yes.
a bottle of red wine, looked at a cake mix, and thought, "Nah, fuck it," and poured some of the red wine in it. And that cake was
Oh
awesome.
god.
Red
It
velvet.
works.
The number of times I have opened an entire bottle of wine just to make a pasta sauce and use like barely half a glass and be like, well, it's open now.
See, this is the thing, is I don't drink wine, but I do cook with it. So there's like a couple of half bottles of wine sitting on my countertop that are...
You know you can buy little 125 milliliter bottles of red wine, right? And they're for cooking.
Yeah, what about
here's
it?
the thing. I cook
Okay, no, I'm
big.
sorry.
Look, I have...
I'm gonna be an excellent middle-aged woman one day.
I love to use a little wine when I cook. Sometimes I even add food. But yeah,
Sonia, that's a good point. Cooking drunk people is easier than cooking sober people.
it is. They tend to thrash less, and also they're usually basted. But
We're tender. We're moist.
exactly, a lot more liquid there.
Moist. God.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. Fuck. I had a joke I was gonna make. Oh yeah, sorry, no, I was gonna make a point I was gonna make. Yeah, Fraser, I have a recipe that if I, do just a little scaling up, it requires an entire bottle of white wine.
It's a lot.
It's an entire
I
bottle
usually
of white
just-
wine.
Is that?
I
Fuck
usually
me, it
just
is
cook for
good.
myself and my girlfriend, so I'm only ever cooking for like 2 people.
Yeah, I'm usually cooking for myself, but for like a month.
That's fair.
Or I'm cooking for 10 people.
I need to batch cook more often.
Yes, you should. It's a great way to save money.
Yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, I've got a big ass bolognese recipe, like my 5-hour bolognese. If I scale that up to like batch cooking levels, it usually requires an entire bottle of white wine. But fuck me, it is so good.
Didn't you make French and you took an entire bottle of wine once? I don't remember, did I? Kelly,
If
did
you
I?
make a French onion
were
and
there.
take an entire bottle of wine to do it.
You put wine in... You put a little bit of wine when you're caramelizing the onions, like near the end. A
Yeah,
little
how do you
bit
put an
of
entire
I
bottle?
don't
Of
think I don't think it
I
took
don't
an
think it
entire
took an
bottle
entire
of wine.
bottle.
How could you?
You know what? I think the
You
entire
did make
bottle
a
was
stupid
empty.
amount of soup.
I was gonna say,
but
I
the
think the
entire bottle
bottle.
went
I-
into your girlfriend.
I'm pretty sure the entire bottle... Yeah, the rest of the bottle went to Sonia, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. That's what
I
happened.
mean,
Oh, sorry. I thought you again.
Yeah.
The chat is half blocked by my my DM screen. That's got all like the moves and stuff on it. So I didn't see that. Sorry, sorry. Just the way that Fraser was looking off screen, I thought you were talking to Tegan.
When I look this way, it's the chat screen.
It's the same reason why I look over here, because Discord is on this monitor.
Tegan isn't here. You'd see her legs.
Ah, that's fair. I don't know. She could have curled up. She folds.
She could be, yeah. No, she's not.
Exactly. Got some fucking wrinkles in my fucking pockets.
Well, as far as I'm aware, she is watching.
Yes, she is, because she's just told us she does fold.
She does fold.
She's a transformer, people!
Thank you, Tegan. That was perfectly timed.
It was.
The man-formers are real.
But can you fold more than 8 times? That's the real question.
Jerry, get up out of the booth. You can fold yourself 7 times. So yeah, at some point, at some point probably a cocktails and something else stream. Like I'll probably bake.
She's never got past 7.
Amateur.
That's a shame.
That's smart.
Skill issue.
I really like French onion soup, but Tegan doesn't, so I rarely make it.
French onion soup.
You've never had French onion soup?
It's just one of those things I've never tried.
Fraser makes a really good French
Really
onion
good.
soup.
Most of the times I've made it with I've made a veggie version. I've made it with vegetable stock because it generally has is beef stock that you use, but I've usually made it for like Kelly when I lived with her, so she's veggie. So it's really good with vegetable stock though. It's because onions are vegetables, so
They are?
yeah, they tend to go with other ones.
Onions are vegetable.
They are. It's true.
Onions, like most of this fucking call, are vegetables. What? I said that out loud, did I? Yeah.
Here is Chris, by the way. We've
He's
lost and
making
lost
tea.
him.
I guarantee you he's gone downstairs to make tea. And knowing Chris,
I
that
made
will
tea,
take him
I'm back.
half an hour.
I made
Someone-
tea, I'm
I
back.
don't know. I
World
can hear
record
Chris
for the
now.
largest onion a week ago. How big was it?
I'm gonna guess fucking big.
Bigger.
Beige.
Beige.
Beige. The onion was beige.
Oh no, I did. I saw that. I saw the onion. It was really, it was really big.
Yeah, most onions are beige.
No, a lot of them are red. Well, purplish.
Huh.
Those are fun.
Actually, one of the companies in my work has just won the world record for making the world's biggest meat stick. Not a sausage or anything, just the world's longest meat stick.
That sounds like a pickup line a guy would
Welcome
use
back,
in a bar.
Chris.
There's
You've missed
so
our entire
many
conversation
jokes.
about onions.
That I don't want to make because we're live.
I was trying so hard to put it in the works newsletter because I was of the opinion people had to know
Well, 'cause
about the meat stick.
you have to find out who it is, and hopefully it's a guy, and say they're very proud of
9
their
kilograms.
sized meat stick.
It was in the States, it was a farm.
The words meat stick at the same time fill me with the urge to make jokes and utter revulsion at the same
Yes.
time.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
The onion was 9 kilograms.
That's a big fucking
A
onion.
9 kilo
like a
onion.
What a
It's like a
fucking
sixth
onion.
of me.
That's huge.
That's like not enough alcohol.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Someone just sent me the image of it. It's like bigger. It's like twice the guy's head.
right. We are all back.
Yes.
We're back, and we're 5 minutes later than we said we'd be.
My apologies.
Christopher.
I made this pasta as fast as I could.
Oh, you were making pasta. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
To be
You
fair-
did say
Sorry,
go
you're
get
making the
food.
world's most complicated tea.
Dude, the time it takes him to make a cup of tea.
Fuck
Ellie,
up.
No.
Don't
I-
even ask about the 3 shells.
The number of times Chris, there is documented proof of this. Okay?
I know there is.
You were 15 minutes late for a stream once because you were making tea that you started at 7:45 and you finished at 8:15.
It was really good tea.
Anyway,
Back.
we
Was it
are
a loose
flat
leaf
back.
by any chance?
the So the ad break is over. I should do that next time. Just do fake ads. Just
Absolutely.
Talk about the world's biggest onion.
That could be for season 2.
Onion.
Do some like very like 1940s. You know.
Yeah, if anybody's seen WandaVision, it's
How's
that
your-
shit.
It's like
Chris needs
As it-
Clark's powers to make tea, Sonya says.
Fuck.
legit 10 out of 10.
Anyway, I'm just gonna cut this off at the root. Effie,
Meat
Do
stick.
you need an onion?
I will mute you.
Honey Brother Onion Co. is here to provide.
You play this game without Chris, right?
I will fucking mute you.
Unprofessional,
See
Chris.
that? You fucking see that I don't.
Chris.
Hey Jay, I noticed you don't have a gay baby jail.
I do not have a gay baby jail in this call, unfortunately, because
If
I
he takes him
did-
out the call, he'll break everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it'll break all the cameras. if I remove Chris, it will break all of your cameras so hard.
See,
you
that's
mute
the
him
thing,
and then-
Kelly.
Can you mute
Removing
him
me
and
is
then
game
the bet?
breaking.
Oh, you know, I
The
can
bet where-
mute him.
Remove his. Yeah.
You don't need to be removed, but if you mute him and then put see where it says his name, just change that to gay baby jail.
I mean, I have just server muted him, so happy days. Yeah. Yeah, Chris can go and make like an elf and just trance for a while. Effie, you have been deposited outside the address that you specified to the sergeant. After you put the phone down with Clark, you about a moment after that, a shadow sort of detaches itself from the side of a building, and Buck strolls up to you. Alright, Effie, how you doing?
Well, the better for seeing you.
How you doing, Dal? Right. He pulls a crowbar out. What are we doing?
Keep that trick up your sleeve for at the moment.
Oh, fine. He talks about.
Don't worry, like we're gonna see what way this goes first.
All right, fine.
Just you mind standing out the way just in case he's got a ring doorbell.
Aye, okay. I'll send you my bill in the morning, by the way.
Product placement.
He stands with his back to the wall, just like the doorbell is here. He's got his back to the wall, just like there, with you in front of it.
I press the doorbell.
Bing bang. Because we have to ask the question: is just who is Effie here to see? As the doorbell echoes throughout the house.
Press it again.
Bing bang.
Just eat!
No response.
Fuck.
Aye?
Let's fuck some shit up.
You got my hopes up so much for a second there, and he boots the door in.
Maybe
just
later.
like, bang! Kicks the door
Please
in.
find Gerald for me.
Alright then. Pulls the bar out, rests it on his shoulder, and goes up the stairs.
Wait outside the house.
So you're here to see Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry! You hear an incongruously polite knocking, and then another very loud bang as Buck kicks another door in.
You just see Effie like go through the motions with her eyes going, "There's a gentleman." And there's a bang. Okay, cool.
However, the next part, as you would anticipate, a muffled conversation between Buck and Jerry doesn't happen. Instead, you hear Buck going, Effie, you might want to see this.
Why don't you come downstairs and tell me?
All right then. Bum, 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 comes bouncing down the stairs.
Sensing the trap.
He comes bouncing down the stairs. It's like, yeah, Jerry's fucking dead.
Fucking knew this would happen.
I didn't do it.
Of course he gets killed. Of course. Fucking DC fucking isn't here right now. Ugh.
Wait, sorry, DC, did you... Was that a police man in that car?
Don't worry about it.
Effie, you gotta tell me if you're bringing the police in. Come on.
It dropped me off. It didn't come in, did he?
I suppose not, but you know.
I kind of like gently tap his face going, besides, you're too beautiful for the jail. Come on.
Exactly. I can't go back. I'm too pretty.
Okay, Buck. Here's what we're going to do. Keep watch in case anybody comes near.
Alright, very good.
If you feel your phone vibrate, you come to me right away.
Understood. He slides the bar back into his jacket and steps back into the shadow.
Also, kind of a loan of the letter opener you've got.
Which one?
The sharp one.
Either the big and sharp one or the wee and sharp one.
Wee and sharp.
Wee and sharp.
Got to
Gotcha.
be discreet about these things.
He pulls out a chin and hands it over.
Cool. She puts it down her dress sleeve and just tucks the hilt ever so slightly in her watch so you can't see it.
Classic.
And goes into the flat.
The flat, which doubles as Jerry's office, it's a mess, but it's the same mess as you've seen it before. You've been here once or twice. Sometimes to pick up information, sometimes just to intimidate Jerry. Make sure he stays in line. The place is never very well kept. And, you know, you go through the door and you can see sort of where Buck has trod and the open door at the back leading into the office room. And just out, you can just see sticking out from behind the desk are a pair of legs and feet clad in very cheap shoes.
Tree bark was never your colour. Okay. I will look at his computer.
There is the computer is default. It's at factory settings. It's been completely wiped. However,
I take his hard drive and pocket it.
okay. However, as you remember, Jerry did give you the photos as hard copies.
And he also said there was someone very interested in them. Who requested the photos?
Oh, from you?
Hmm.
They were requested by a very officious looking man, a very, very thin man in square glasses, who referred to himself only as Marco.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist.
I quickly look over Jerry's body to see what sort of wound was inflicted.
It's actually a very neat wound. His throat's been cut. One single slash across the throat. There are no signs of struggle. There are no other wounds on the body. It looks like whoever did this did it fast, and it took him completely by surprise.
I go downstairs, like to Buck. Buck,
Aye.
let's get the fuck out of here.
Do you know why? Do you have any idea who killed him or fucking why?
I've got a hunch.
No, you
And
don't.
if
You're
it's
walking
right-
perfectly upright.
Hmm?
No, you don't. You're walking perfectly upright.
Any more and we'll have a real roll in the hay. Come on,
Alright,
let's
alright.
go. I need a drink.
He follows you, clinking softly.
Marco.
Marco showed up at your office one day and told you. Actually, you know what? You know what we should do? Shall we engage another cinematic move?
I want a flashback, Jay.
Let's have a flashback, baby! Yeah! Effie, you're sitting in your office at your desk. It's a fairly normal Tuesday afternoon, and there is a very precise four-part
I get
knock.
new string for the cockboard.
Very precise four-part knock at your door.
Entree!
In enters a very tall, very thin man in square glasses, wearing a long coat buttoned up to the neck. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How may I assist you?
You are Effie? That's the wrong
That's
accent.
what they
I
call
don't know
me.
why I'm making him German. His name's Marco. You're Effie?
That's what they call me.
I've heard that you have a certain talent in acquiring information.
Well, yes, I'm a librarian.
Yes. He kind of looks around your little office. Interesting library.
I'm a female. I like serial killer podcasts. I have my own theories.
Of course. Now. I represent a man with certain business interests and certain personal interests. Some of these personal interests have become somewhat difficult.
She leans
is-
back in her chair.
It seems that there is a man who has decided to follow through with an amorous overture to someone very close to my client.
Okay.
However, we have no evidence to fully corroborate this, and my client is not a hasty man. He does not like to act unless he is sure. So, I was hoping you could assist with the gathering of this evidence. If you are as good as they say you are, this should not be a problem.
Now, if anyone is speaking about any skills that I have, that would imply the person that's asking about skills has some of their own.
Indeed. But
Might I inquire about yours?
I believe in your line of work there is something known as the no questions asked fee. He lifts up a carpet bag and lays it with quite a heavy thump on your desk. I believe these should cover it. There's a lot of money inside.
I don't deal in money.
Really?
I deal in information.
Then what is it that you wish to know?
No, a girl can't tell all her secrets yet. Your client. He owes me a favor. And yourself, since you have came in his behalf.
2 favors for a single service. That hardly seems like a fair exchange.
You want pictures? And you want information on who the Cyrano de Bergerac is.
See?
Now, I failed high school, but I'm counting 2.
Very well. You can have your favors.
And she takes £20 off the top, going, I need to pick up a KFC later as well.
He takes the bag and slides a business card across the desk. It just says Marco and has a number. We expect the delivery of the information promptly.
I am to please,
We will be seeing
Marco.
you. He leaves. We fade back into the present.
I still have the physicals in my bag, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Buck, let's go back to your place.
Back to my place. Are you sure?
What? What's the problem?
Well, it's just... It kind of rocks back and forth a little bit. It's looking very, very apprehensive all of a sudden. My mammy's staying with me.
I know, Jeanette. She's grand.
Aye. But her mammy's staying as well.
Ugh.
You can kind of see why I don't really want
Yeah,
to be back
no,
there
yeah.
just now. I mean, for fuck's sake, Neighbours hasn't even finished yet.
Oh, fucking, they'll be on to Sunset Beach next.
Aye. So, I mean, if we really have to, but, you know...
It's alright, Buck, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Still come with me.
Aye. Oh, aye.
I phone Clark.
Bing, bong, bong, bing.
Nah, it's like I get like classic Nokia ringtone type deal, I guess. No, in fact, no. Clark's ringtone is more just like a very standard like ring, 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 ring.
It's just Kelly telling us she's
Hey.
a verb.
He excuses himself from the coffee table where presumably Cal has very much like dozed off. And he takes the call.
Oh, Fraser, you look so cute. Sorry.
It's 'cause, yeah. And I'm like, hello.
Clark.
I had a feeling it was you.
Yes, my caller ID probably showed up on your phone. I need to come over.
Changes every time. You remember that, don't you?
I'm not in the office right now.
Fair enough.
Look, doesn't matter. I'm coming over to your place, and then we're on the move.
It's that bad, is it?
I'm also bringing a friend. I'll see you within 5 minutes.
See you in no time. Click.
Mark me prick.
Yeah, baby. Okay. Yeah. One moment. Yeah.
Think.
Clark, you put down the phone. And you hear a noise from your living room. Nothing suspicious. You hear the TV. There is a news broadcast playing. Cal, you've kind of just been flicking through the channels, and it's like, does Clark's package include nothing but the news and countdown? Is that it?
Weather channel.
And the weather channel, the news, the weather channel, and countdown. Endless reruns of countdown.
Boring.
That's it.
Endless reruns of Countdown.
Endless reruns of countdown.
How could someone watch Countdown this much?
So you settle on a news broadcast. Perfectly appropriate for Vari to take a quick step out just now, since this doesn't involve her. It is... The screen shows a police captain standing at a podium with, the traditional pile of microphones in front of her. And she is speaking about a recent news story that has actually been fairly widespread. She is talking about a serial killer that has been stalking the streets of Mildred, that the press has dubbed the Midnight Ripper.
Ooh.
The Ripper is quite famous for targeting only those who have either been arrested by the police and let go after a trial, or no, I've completely lost the fucking train of thought there. Sorry. I was trying to complete blank there. We're talking about the Midnight
It's
Ripper.
alright.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, redo. We'll fix it in the edit.
No,
Don't
no.
worry about it.
Effie knows about the Ripper.
Of course she does. She knows everything.
Yeah, she knows a lot of stuff. Effie knows about the Midnight Ripper, and also she's not here. This is a TV broadcast. There have been several who have been brought up on charges and then have been acquitted in perhaps less than beyond a reasonable doubt circumstances. And the Ripper has often struck since. There are some in the press who have been calling them a hero, who, in fact, you know what? Let's do this in broadcast. Captain Monroe. Mildred Gazette. Can we? Some people have been calling the Ripper They have called the Ripper a hero. They say that they're cleaning up the streets when the police aren't going to be able to act. What view do you take on this? And you see the names scrolling across the bottom of the screen is Captain Alexandra Monroe. Well, as we have said before, many times, and every time you ask this question, the police do not condone this level of violence to anything. We have a court of law for a reason. people face trials and they are proved either guilty or not guilty. That is how the law works, and that is how it is applied. This is a vigilante who is a threat to our streets. Captain. I'm trying to think. I'm genuinely trying to think of news puns here. And I got nothing. You condone all types of violence.
Can I ask a question as a reporter?
Yeah, give me what you got.
Captain Brent Trentley, Mildred Times. How close are you to catching this criminal?
Brent, due to the recent victim, there has been a surge of new evidence acquired as to the potential identity of the Ripper and potentially preventing any more of their heinous crimes. As you probably understand, we can't disclose any of this. It's an ongoing police investigation with very, very sensitive data. Next question. The broadcast kind of fades out as you swap over to countdown, and Clark comes back in with the tea.
I was going to say I have refilled the tea. Because nobody seems, aside from Cal, who keeps being like, I want to sleep, and then not sleeping. Like, Mal and I both appear to be like, really in the frame of mind to sleep.
Well, I was sleeping, and then Johnny said I wasn't, so I wasn't anymore.
Well, because you said you were going to take a nap, and then immediately sat up and went tea.
This is true.
Oh yeah, I was drinking my tea, probably, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've been drinking tea.
Was it good? Was it actually chai leaves? Was it any good?
No. It was good, but
Okay.
it wasn't chai leaf.
Well, as long as it was good.
Well, I mean, I have a tea bush now, so I'm delighted.
The bush of tea.
And it's good tea, so you're welcome.
Thank you. Walk in, I sit down, present the tea, sit down. An acquaintance of mine is going to join us. Hopefully with some answers as to what's going on. But she has indicated to me that things might be quite serious. So we may need to leave quickly. I don't mean to alarm you, but it does look like we may have become caught up in something.
Johnny, can I just ask you real quick? Did they mention anything about the MO of the killer, like how they generally do things?
Yeah. They like to hack you to bits.
Right,
Although
I think
although the head is usually
That's great.
The head is usually left completely intact.
Then this is the head of a mass murderer.
No,
I just
it
saw
isn't.
it.
No, it isn't. It's what's the quote again,
I
Jake?
genuinely don't remember the end of that line.
Oh, it's not. It's
a
a
turnip,
pumpkin.
you know? Something
that
like
was
that.
it. It was a turnip.
Guys,
It
I'm
was a
trying to
turnip.
roleplay.
Nah. Sorry, Fraser.
Clark, I just saw a news broadcast, and it seems we stumbled across the latest victim of I forgot the name of the serial killer.
The Midnight Ripper.
It seems we stumbled across one of the latest victims of the Midnight Ripper.
Well, that may well be the case, but it also might not. It might be someone trying to look like them. It could be
Maybe.
anything.
Seems like they were
Maybe.
trying to frame one or all of us as the killer.
Well, that's the part that I'm worried about.
It could have been the killer themselves, trying to throw the trail off them.
Whoever it is, I can only imagine if they specifically targeted the three of us, then it is another
Rift.
powerful individual.
Yeah, Rift.
Would they be targeting us? Like, I don't know, your job seems, like, important, obviously. No offense or anything, Cal, but
Yeah, I'm just an accountant. I get
I'm an
it.
accountant, and I'm a temp.
People with
What do we have
powers.
to do with any of this?
I think people with powers in a lot of them want to make a name for themselves, get some level of control. And other people with powers, other rifts, can be a threat if their power is strong enough.
Okay.
Despite our intentions or not, they might just want to get rid of us.
Or it could
How-
be something personal or
How
something else. We
would they
just
know?
don't know.
How would they know I have powers if I don't know I have powers? Also, Jay, I want to ask: did the broadcast say anything about poisoning or just attack and chop bits?
From what you know, the report didn't mention the exact MO of the thing, but the previous newspaper things have mentioned that the Ripper, hence the name, is very much on the physical violence. Hence why it's always fairly identified who it is that's done all this.
Ultimately, Mal, we just do not have enough information, and that is what I am hoping my acquaintance will bring to the table when she arrives.
And like that,
Do, 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 do.
I was going to ask Effie, do you knock or?
I knock with action.
Do you finish it?
No. No, I don't finish it.
Cal knocks on the table. Knock, knock.
Clark sighs. Speak of the devil. And I get up and I open the door.
You see the familiar sight of Effie, also accompanied by a very large man who, with a couple of scars on his face, is wearing a big black coat and a big smile. And a big friendly smile that immediately conveys the look of somebody who is trying to look, who has been told to look friendly so that he does not look threatening.
I just walk past Clark, like going to the coffee table and shoving stuff out the way.
Everyone, this is Effie. Effie, this is everyone. I'm sorry, I don't know you, Mr.
Buck.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Buck. Welcome to my humble apartment.
It's a
Yeah, I
very
know.
nice place you've got here, sir.
Thank you. Tea or coffee?
Effie. No, I'm all right. Effie, do you want me to wait outside or just keep an eye on things?
No, you stay in this room.
Gotcha. Now I have to ask a question.
Effie catches eyes with Mal.
I have to ask a question, Vary, because your guy who knows a guy turns up a lot of interesting characters, and I'm going to leave it up to you. Is Buck a sleeper?
No.
Okay.
He works part-time at the Hearthside bar.
I know exactly who he is then.
Alright.
I don't.
I look at Cal and I look at Mal and I'm like,
Nice to see you again.
nice to see you, but you're new.
Very.
You're very new.
I wrapped my head around all this magic nonsense maybe half an hour ago.
That's not the point I'm making. I don't know you.
Clark walks up to Effie and goes, I had the same feeling. And then goes
No.
to the kitchen to make tea and coffee. Again.
You everybody to the
Oh.
Oh well. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
Back.
Yes. Good stuff.
Sorry, everybody. Technical hitch. Discord shat itself inside out. Cool. Where were we? The bush. Yes. Clark,
Yes, the bush.
You go to pick some more leaves off of the nice tea bush that Cal produced out of fucking nowhere, and you realize that it has died. It has withered and it has died sitting on your coffee table.
Oh dear. Okay.
That was fast.
I was gonna say, Cal.
I guess I can't really make anything living.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Just. Sorry. Clark picks up the bush. No, Clark. Look. It's like. He steps back into them and goes, "Anyone presently drinking tea, stop drinking tea."
I look down at my teacup and it's empty.
I look down at her teacup, which is still full and has gone cold. She's not touched it.
Why?
The tea bush has quite dramatically died.
No.
Do you have any other plants? Do you think Clark would have any other plants in here?
Are there any other plants?
Clark has one cactus.
How is it?
It's fine.
It's in his study.
Yeah. In fact, in that case, you have no idea how it is.
Yeah. I can check. I have a cactus.
Do you think I would have made anything like a plant, like anything living before, Jay?
Absolutely, yes.
Do they die quickly?
No.
Ah, this is
Mysterious.
else. Yeah.
Well, seriously, you have produced organic matter before. Like those carrot sticks didn't molder or anything.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. So something.
I'll kind
Could
of
be. A time thing? Are your time powers all right?
They should be. I've never inadvertently killed a bush before.
Your ruler can like measure time or something, right? I don't know how
Just a
you're.
ruler.
It's
Oh.
just a ruler.
It's a very good ruler, but it is
I kind of
just a
assumed it
ruler.
was.
Al kind of gets up and like, puts out her hand, kind of like asking for the plant. And it's like, let me see.
I go to the kitchen, pick up the plant, bring it back through, give it to Mel.
I hold the plant. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I've never been any good with plants, but you know, about them plenty. And she's kind of looking at it, and she's like, touching the leaves, and I know it's anything. Heard about the plant?
It's fucking dead.
It's just dead.
Yeah. I'm assuming you mean the tea bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead.
What's Effie saying?
She's ignoring all of this. She's at the coffee table looking at these pictures, looking for any signs of gangs, any like telltale marks, anything just that would tip her off.
Cal,
What are the pictures of again?
the pictures are of two people. A man and a woman. Sorry. Pictures of a man and a woman. Clearly taken from a long way away with a zoom lens through a window, and it depicts them. It sort of goes through depicting them talking and then going through various states of undress. What you notice, Cal, is that you recognize the man. Because less than 2 hours ago, you discovered his dead body lying in a pool of blood in the living room.
I point at the photos. I'm like, that's the corpse.
I'll stop studying the plant and looks up and is like, I'm sorry, what?
Why do you have photos of him?
He's very clearly alive in the pictures.
He was. Sorry, I should explain. We just discovered a dead body. I don't know if Clark told you about that.
I was aware.
It's this guy.
Why do you have these?
Yeah, who is he to you?
I pull out the business card.
The man's name, by the way, because I'm going to assume that Effie made sure that Jerry did his due diligence. The man's name is John Henderson.
Okay. Do I recognize that name?
No.
Oh.
You just recognize the guy.
What about the woman?
You don't recognize her at all.
Fair enough.
I go into my bag and pull out one of the random phones. And I dial Marco's number.
It answers after one ring. Yes.
I believe I'm speaking with Marco, is that correct?
You are.
I have what you requested. I would like to arrange a meeting, but not in my office.
Do you have anywhere particular in mind?
Yes, I do. It's a very good bar. You should go to the Hearthside bar.
Do you have in
And
mind?
I would also like you to bring your client if that is at all possible.
That is out of the question.
Consider it a favour.
It is out of the question.
Why?
My client is a very private person. Hence the need for your discretionary services.
I look forward to meeting you, Marco.
I
Meet
will
tomorrow evening?
I will see you at the Hearthside at 7 o'clock.
Till then.
Phone hangs up before you say goodbye.
Can I Google John Henderson?
I mean, good luck finding anything with.
I mean,
that
I just
name.
want to see if there's any recent trials that he's been in.
Cal,
'cause that
you
would be
whip
on the
out
news.
your phone, and as you are googling the name John Henderson, there is a colossal bang from the front door of the flat.
Motherfucker.
I'll drop the plant in surprise.
Put my phone back in my
the
pocket.
pot shatters against the floor. Earth goes everywhere.
It's
Fuck!
The fuck was
say-
that? Pulls out the fucking crowbar. He's like, what the fuck was that? And
Clark is also on his feet.
you,
I stand up as well.
Clark, you look out of the door of your living room and you see a doorway where your front door should be. Your front door is on the other side of the flat. The glass shattered across the floor.
Broken glass is a health hazard!
And stepping through the door is a woman with long, straggly hair down past her shoulders. She's wearing an old, sort of clearly patched together long coat. She wears a blank, featureless mask over her face, but with scratches and like notches out of it, just sort of across her eyes and across her entire face. And in one hand, she holds a long-bladed, notched and slightly rusted machete.
Love that for us.
What do y'all
What the
do?
fuck?
What the fuck?
I'm in luck. I've got Buck.
Good thing you
Grab
brought
that.
fuck.
Look down and grab it. I just grabbed the biggest sort of shard of ceramic from the pot because it's the closest thing to me that could work as a weapon.
Very
Johnny.
small, but okay.
Johnny,
Yes, Cal.
I'm getting me mallet.
You're getting your mallet!
You have to roll for that.
No, you just get the mallet.
I take the
A
mallet.
mallet.
I am holding like a gigantic, comically sized wooden mallet.
A comically oversized wooden mallet, it must be said.
Yeah.
In a small
Al's got this tiny little fucking baby shard of ceramic. He's like, have anything better than this in there?
No.
No. I can't try and get her a weapon.
There's a limit to how much you can pull out at once.
That's fair.
The big hammer is.
And the
I'm gonna
hammer's
grab-
currently kind of occupying the
It's a lot. It's a big thing.
I'm gonna grab one of the knives from the kitchen and pass it
kitchen
to
is
Mal.
in a different room.
No, I've got a kitchen living room.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's why I've been going into the tea. So it's like kitchen living room. So and I was kitchen adjacent. So I grab a knife out of the drawer and I give it to Mal.
I'm holding the mallet in one hand and I point at her and I go, "Who are you?"
Kind of just cocks her head on one side, points the machete at you. Murderer!
What? Say again.
Murderer!
Murderer? No.
Buck fucking charges this woman. Fuck it!
I liked Buck.
Fuck
I
it!
think I know who this is.
Swinging, and this woman moves with just in a blur of speed, and you hear she hits Buck full in the chest, and you hear a crack like a sledgehammer on stone.
Effie's looking for the exits.
There are windows behind you, and there is through.
There's an exit. She's between us in it.
Like, Buck hits the ground and goes, "Fuck!"
Clark
So
is-
she's in between us and the door right
Yep.
now.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
like, Clark is pretty burned out, so I'm like,
Is there like another door near her?
Right, so she is
I
in
don't
the
know the layout.
hallway about where the front door was. You guys are in the living room.
Right.
at the other end of the hall.
Yeah, Mal.
How high up are we? How many stories up?
What floor does Clark live on?
Second floor, nice and safe.
Cool. So ground first, second. You're 3 stories up.
So I'll break your leg fall.
Yeah,
Break your leg, but not die.
kind of a break.
True.
It might be a. I mean, 3 stories is a lot.
That is a lot actually.
Three
Maybe a
story-
break your
3
skull.
stories is taller than my house, and I definitely live on a break your leg fall.
Yeah. Okay. So
Modern
enough
houses
of a
are smaller
fall.
ceilings.
Enough
True,
that you.
my
Enough
ceiling's
of a
alright.
fall that there's no running away from homicidal machete lady if we jump out the window.
Unless you can think of a way to do so.
Is there another like door near her?
I mean, yeah, if you land face
Not
first,
helpful, Sonia.
If you
there's-
land
there's
face
the
first,
other
you will
doors
break
into
your
the rest of
legs.
the house. I'm assuming Clark has like a home office.
There's an
and a
office, a
bathroom.
bedroom, and a bathroom.
I want to essentially smack her with the hammer through a doorway into another room. Or, you know, fuck it, through the wall.
Okay. You would like to batter her through the wall.
Yes.
Normally, under these circumstances, this would be probably either a go toe-to-toe or a hit with all you've got move. Instead, you swing the hammer and it hits her in the side and stops. You feel the jarring through your hands like you have just tried to hit a wall with a golf club and it has just bounced back.
Cal does like a
Pops ahead the other
comic
way.
gulp.
Jay,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want to do another massive power move, Jay.
You don't need to do a massive power move.
But we look like we're all gonna die.
Wait. Do you have proof we're murderers?
I don't think she cares.
She stops.
You're making an accusation without any proof.
I am not judgment. I am punishment.
Yeah, okay, I know who this is. I know who this is.
Punishment for what? You haven't done anything.
Murder.
You haven't hurt anyone.
I'm gonna put my mallet back in my pocket. And I am running towards the window.
Okay.
I would like to half lean out. I'm gonna have to roll for this, by the way, but I would like to.
This is either a
No, this is going to be a big thing. I am going to half lean out the window, and I'm going to pull out a fully inflated bouncy castle and throw it down to the ground.
I don't think this is as big a move as you think it is.
It's not going to be like a,
This is not a stop
Clark
holding.
level move,
This is not a stop holding back. Okay.
but it is. It's not easy.
This is gonna be a. I'm thinking this is gonna be either a.
Is Buck like unconscious? Is he good?
Buck he's not dead.
Is he unconscious though?
Yes. Well, he's currently lying curled up on the ground going. "Ah!"
Okay.
Yeah, so not unconscious, just injured. Probably
Yes.
cracked or broken ribs.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna. Just give me 2 seconds.
I think Mal would be running over to the window as well. I think she is also. Her plan is also escape.
Well, I imagine you were already by the window.
I mean, fair point.
Right. This is gonna be. I'm not sure if this is a face. This is either a face danger or take the risk. And I think this is a take the risk. Now that I say that out loud. You are going to take the
Yeah,
risk.
probably.
When you perform a daring, risky, or outright stupid feat.
This is pretty stupid.
This is pretty fucking... Well, it's all three of those things. So, you know what? We are going to roll... So, what do you have? You have your bag of tricks. Do you have anything else that could help you roll for this?
I think taking a left turn at Albuquerque, this is pretty goofy. I could have done like a parachute or something.
This is
but...
creative as fuck. I will give you that. You are throwing a bouncy castle out a window.
Yeah. Now, this could be a stretch. I kind of want to message you this one rather than say it out loud because I might be wrong and I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
Ooh.
The DM is open.
Might have
That's
a way
a
to help with this
stretch.
escape plan before we.
That's quite a big stretch, Fraser, and it's not. I'm gonna say no on that one.
Okay, that's fine.
You
But yeah, so I don't think I have anything else then.
You need to, yeah.
Oh, maybe laziness. I will go to great lengths to not to do anything.
I'm also going to say no on that one because this is very much doing something.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to roll +2 on this move. Giving them 2d6s, baby!
I hope this works.
If he fails,
Ooh.
can he just please?
A 6
Tiny
plus a
bouncy
4 plus 2. That's a 12.
That's a 12! We got a full success!
Beautiful.
Cal, you run at the window. You run at the window and jump out. So in fact, you run at the window. You run through the window and keep pumping air for like a
I leave a
couple
cow-sized
seconds.
hole behind me.
For like a
Just a
couple
little.
seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, then you look down. You look down. You look up and go, ah! And then you throw this bouncy castle out below you as Mal goes fucking charging. Just ah! Out the open window. With considerable less grace or comedic timing, just screaming down. Clark, Effie, do you follow them?
Grab Buck.
I am going to. I need to slow this guy. I need to slow this lunatic lady down. But that does. I am still technically in overtime. So.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yep, so I am going to, I'm just going to completely stop her in time. Just her.
Is this part of your job description?
She's being very unsafe.
You're gonna
She
hurt
is
yourself.
being very unsafe.
She is threatening your safety.
I won't run away.
Oh, you are running away.
So-
He's just slowing her down.
He's trying to slow her down, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me a change the game. Roll change the game.
Marvelous. I'm invoking time manipulation, overtime, and health and safety regulations.
I'm not going to give you health and safety regulations, but I will give you time manipulation.
How are you not? You just said she's being hella unsafe.
She is, but machete wielding maniac goes a bit beyond health and safety regulations and into the terms of, illegal.
This
isn't in your job
Jonathan,
description.
Breaching health and safety regulations is illegal.
It is not in your job description to deal with murderers.
Fine.
Okay?
Although apparently we're the
Murderers-
murderers.
While murderers are not EHO compliant, the EHO does not cover murderers.
You're not insured to deal with murderers. Also, if it was your job to deal with murders, being attacked by a murderer would technically actually just be an occupational hazard.
Still unsafe.
But I would need to be provided with appropriate PPE for dealing with said occupational hazard.
Your big fuck off scythe is your PPE.
Actually, sorry.
Want a helmet?
I don't currently have my scythe. For reasons.
This is actually, sorry Chris, this is actually going to be a go toe-to-toe.
Okay.
Because you are like in direct conflict with someone else. This is
I am in direct conflict with this lunatic machete lady. Am I good to roll?
Yes, you are.
11 plus 2. I really like these dice.
Yes. We're getting some decent rolls today.
You
Yeah.
guys are rolling really well.
It's my little bun dice.
Jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Oh, I've
I'm
just
a DM,
jinxed
I
it.
can't jinx your rolls. You can only jinx your own rolls.
Look at these dice. They've got little bun buns in them.
Bun.
They're heckin' cute. So yeah.
Okay, roll plus power on a 7. On a 10 plus, you choose 2. You manage to achieve your goal. You get them good, giving your opponent a status with tier equal to your power, or you block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you
I'm
don't
gonna-
choose this, they can impose a status on you. If they are PC, not important.
I'm gonna go with the inflicting a status, and the status is stop.
Okay.
Frozen.
You invoked 2 things, so she's going to get stopped 2.
Sick.
Yeah, I never really explained sort of the whole status thing. That'll come into play as we do.
I'm just going with like stop, stopja. Proper like Final Fantasy rules.
Stop, ra. Don't forget stop, ra.
Stop ra. My apologies. Stop ra.
Yep. And
How
yeah,
big is your stop?
she
Too big.
She moves forward, swinging the machete at your head, and then there is just... She stops.
Now you run away.
Cool.
But
I turn to Effie and I go, get his legs.
Oh!
Yep. Let's go.
We lift Buck up.
Chuck him out the window.
Quite heavy.
Yeah, that's why there's two of us
No,
carrying him.
wait. Clark. I can't believe I'm saying this. Do you have a trolley? Because it's safer to push.
If you just help me
Then-
up, I could probably hobble.
Right, come on, Buck. Let's get to fuck.
Clark leans out of the window and goes, you haven't got a stretcher in there, Cal, do you?
I probably need to put this away first.
Well,
I can try my
will.
best.
Fine, we'll hail a taxi. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
With Buck sort of
Um,
like slung between the two of you. And Clark.
I'm not gonna help a guy who's potentially got broken ribs jump 3 floors into a bouncy castle.
I was actually
Seems like a really bad idea.
That is a very bad idea, but as you can see, fuck's sake. Fraser, can you stop
Also-
messaging me? It's actually quite hard to check the messages.
Sorry.
It's actually quite hard to check the messages and do this at the same time.
Also, the door is now no longer barred.
The door is no longer barred, but yeah. So you're gonna go out the fucking door. Also,
Yeah.
Discord does not update on my phone very well. So yeah.
I've also now just realised that the Discord notifications I keep hearing are from your screen.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I'm so paranoid.
Please. So yeah, in future, guys, please default to Facebook. It makes less of a bing. Yeah. So, you notice as you're sort of helping lift Buck, you see sort of a couple of like grey, dusty chips fall out of the bottom of his shirt. He's like, I'm alright. Oh fuck. Let's go.
Oh, the owner's going to absolutely kick the shit out of me. Right, come on, let's go, children.
You also notice that as you lift Buck, the madwoman starts to very, very slowly move again.
Mate!
Buck,
Hurry it up.
Running!
you're going to need to hobble a bit faster. We need to go
Aye.
now.
Fucking sweat beading on Clark's forehead as he holds this lunatic woman back.
The three of you head down the stairs, with Buck, like, you know, the two of you with Buck slung between you, kind of just half hobbling, clearly in a fair whack of pain. And you manage to get outside where Cal and Mal are climbing out of the rapidly deflating bouncy castle.
I was holding a knife and a shard of ceramic when I jumped, so. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just kind of it's kind of just deflating with very light sort of noise. I really hope the mic.
Jay,
picked
can
that up.
I quickly phone a taxi and then say, get here now?
One of us is probably, like, hailing one.
There are no taxis in the street, but Effie, you can absolutely roll to change the game to get you a taxi.
And just in case, I am going to use local knowledge. I know how to get about this city.
Absolutely.
Fuck's sake. 5, a 3.
That's a 9 total then. If you're just,
Okay.
If you're just using your local knowledge.
I'm going to use Information Network because I know which is the premium taxi company to come to my aid.
Then that makes it a 10. You get juice equal to power, and on a 10 plus, you can choose one of the following effects. You know, you get You can spend your juice to create a story tag, which in this case would be summon taxi. To burn a power tag or story tag, sort of reduce something. Give or reduce a status, which I don't think in taxied would be a status. But on a 10+, you can also choose to scale up the effect to a greater effect or more targets, prolong the effect, hide the effect, or another improvement that you and I can agree on.
Let's say the taxi gets here so fast we load into it that once Femme Machete comes back to it, we're gone with no trace of where we went.
With a screech of tires, the taxi pulls up, and an Indian man in a fedora sticks his head out of the window and goes, "Hello, Effie."
Rajesh, get us the fuck out of here!
In the back!
Meow.
Fuck it! And the world blurs past your windows. And I'm gonna make this choice for you. You know Rajesh. Rajesh is not a sleeper either.
Magic taxi driver.
Magic taxi driver, and anyone who cares to notice will see the sign of the taxi company on the door of the taxi being a staff with a pair of smiling snakes twining around them.
Right. Okay.
So where are we going?
Oh, you know where we're going.
Yep, I've got yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get my arse kicked.
The city blurs past in streaks of light and blurs of buildings and people. You see, anyone who cares to look out the windscreen of the car will see that Rajesh is moving through traffic like a fish through water. At a speed that you didn't really think possible in a fully built-up city environment. As he approaches, lights turn green and traffic just moves. Things seem to sort of just get out of his way unconsciously, and you sort of zip through the city in this bubble of space that he's just that far off the wing mirrors.
There's no sunny way of knowing.
Raj, he's holding onto the wheel, honking his fucking horn at people, screaming abuse out of the window, as taxi drivers are wont to, as you boom through the city, and all at once, stop. Okay, that's it. You can consider if I've changed it. I've made him a Geordie now. You can consider that favour paid off, Effie.
Deal.
And I do not
Thank you.
Not envy you what's waiting in there. You pile out of the taxi, Buck kind of staggering between you. And you realize,
Come on, Buck.
You realize that you are outside. You're outside a pub. Over the door and over the shining windows is proclaimed the Hearthside Bar. This is very much kind of a dive bar situation. Excuse me, I'm just going to get my notes out. There's a couple of people, standing having cigarettes at the door, and there is quite a big guy, not quite as big as Buck, but big, wearing a two-toned jacket, and very clearly not letting people in if he doesn't want them to.
Effie, looks to the bouncer, looks to Clark and, nods, looking very sufficiently cowed already, having to go over to the bouncer going, Hi, Jamis.
Hi, Effie.
Um,
Is that poor Buck held between yous?
yeah.
He was on his night off.
Yeah.
And is he... Now, Tell me if I'm wrong, Hen. Is he looking a bit the worse for wear?
Possibly.
Do you want to come in and have a word with Lizzie?
Not really.
Are you going to come in and have a word with Lizzie?
Yeah.
Okay then.
God, I'm loving the bitchy little voice.
Snaps her fingers.
So good.
The door opens behind
I was
you.
going, you don't tell me it's your fucking night off.
Why did you think I was at home? Thought you'd put 2 and 2 together.
Like, I just know people. I don't put 2 and 2 together. That would make me fucking okay Cupid.
Aye, well.
Can you specifically tell him on the phone that he would not get his shit kicked in this time?
Yeah, I did.
And yous go then.
Shame.
Poor guy.
Hiya, Bucky. Aye.
The rest of the guys are also with me.
Oh, quite the little posse you've accumulated.
We need sanctuary. And I actually look him seriously in the eye.
Fine. She turns to the assembled smokers. Right, you lot, fuck off. Fuck off. Pub's closed.
In we go, I guess.
You enter the fairly bustling dive bar. You see there are 2 people behind the bar. One who looks honestly way too young to be working behind a bar, but he's kind of standing, a bit of a cocked stance, quite smiley, cleaning a glass. The other is the most broad-shouldered woman you have ever seen in your life. She's not tall. Like, she's probably about... Okay, she's reasonably tall. She's probably about 5'7", but has got shoulders like the tank that went through the brick shithouse. She's got short orange hair and looks at you and then looks at Effie. Is that my boy between yous?
Enjoy some Shinto. I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh.
Right, folks! Night's over! Everybody fuck off! If you know what's good for you. The mundane crowd gets up and leave, and you get to see a bit more of a sight of the Heartside Bar. There are some tables out, and there is the eponymous fire burning at the back of the room. And there's also another waiter who is wandering around, who is with the exception of his hair, Buck's exact doppelganger.
Twins.
Exactly.
Al's feeling really quite awkward and out of place in all this, but she knows that she can't exactly leave right now, so she just...
Buck? You doing alright, man? Well, Mark, I'm going to say no. I'll be alright. Right. The proprietress crosses her enormous arms. You, Effie. Sit down. The rest of yous, find yourself somewhere to sit.
Clark
I sit
very
by the bar.
gratefully sinks into a chair. He looks somehow even more beat up than he did before.
Bobby!
Mal goes and finds a seat by the fire because her hands are freezing.
Bobby! Water for the guests. Now, Is there something you'd like to tell me, Effie? Janice, close the door.
Yeah. Something's going on, and I can't get to the bottom of it yet. So I asked Buck for help, and then we were attacked.
Attacked by what?
I don't know.
Well, that's a fine how to do. So, what exactly is going to be knocking on my door?
Go on, Cal. Say it. Say it, Cal. Say it.
These are all safe in here, don't worry. Well, safe from whatever's outside.
They had a scratched up white mask and a machete.
And big scraggly hair.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Effie.
I haven't done anything this time.
Who died?
She pulls out her bag. Apparently, this person has died. She taps on John Henderson. And one of my informants.
Fantastic. So,
That's not the thing, though, that concerns me.
really?
If
The Midnight
we were-
Ripper's on your tail and that doesn't concern you?
I'm sorry. Al just pipes up from the back. Isn't the serial killer?
Yes, dear, the exact same. Would you like
We're
a cup of tea?
fucked.
Would you like a cup of tea, Hen?
She just
You're looking a tad
Puts
right.
her head in her hands.
she's new.
Aye, I can tell that.
Are you magic too?
Yes, I am. To put it
Oh,
bluntly.
I'm just meeting loads of magic people.
You're
Now there's a
safe.
serial killer.
You're safe in here, Hen. Trust me.
Pure
No
if
force
in
on
trouble.
This, no force on this earth or beyond can get through that door if I don't want it to. Stay by the fire. Keep yourself warm. My name's Morag, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mal.
Nice to meet you, Mal. Now, Effie, what exactly is the problem?
Someone's tried to frame all four of us. There is a link. I don't know what it is yet, but someone has tried to source us all to go to the same address, linking to this gent's murder. Now,
Did any of you kill him? She looks from Clark to Mal to Cal. Did
I
any
looks
of
up horrified and it's like, of course not!
Not me.
Not as far as I know.
Find well,
now,
that's a new one, I'll tell you that much.
the person who sourced these pictures is also gone, but they were commissioned by a gent called Marco. She slides over the business card.
Morag picks it up. Can't say I know the name, but fancy card. Just no surname, just a number. Bad news, Effie. It's bad news.
He came with a bag of money. I didn't want the fucking money. I wanted... Well, you know what I'm after.
Didn't take the money.
I don't want the money. I want to know something else.
Aye, I know what you're looking for, Effie. But somebody comes to your door and is trying to pay the don't fucking ask any fucking questions fee. Fraser, your camera just went out. Starting to pay the don't fucking ask any fucking questions, Fee.
Sorry.
You asked a fucking question, didn't you, Effie? How many times?
No, I asked for a fucking favor.
You asked for a favor. You should have taken the money. You should have taken the money. All the way. Stop.
Clark's just gonna
Can't be mad at you.
lean forward and go, now, I appreciate that the two of you know each other, and I appreciate that possibly Effie may have done something
Ill-advised?
undesirable. But that doesn't explain why myself and my colleagues here also appear to have been implicated in this. I received a message from my father asking to move a clock he'd bought. That was how I ended up at the address.
Well, Mr. Smith, I don't know anything about that, but I do know you. At least by reputation.
Always a pleasure.
You might not actually remember. You might not actually remember us. You did the health and safety inspection for this place 2 years ago.
I do remember very clearly.
Exactly. Gave us a clean bill of health. You were very fair, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now, whatever tangled web Effie has managed to get herself into.
Well, I am the prick.
You have a certain tendency to ask a bit much of people, Hen. It can cause a problem. And she looks very pointedly at Buck.
Is he okay?
Yeah, is he alright?
Buck is currently being tended to by his brother, at a table, and he's actually Buck is sitting there with his shirt off, and you realise that alongside a fairly well-defined physique, you realise that there's a very clear impact wound in the way that Buck's skin has turned grey and cracks kind of radiate out from the central area. I'll be alright.
So his mum
normal
notices
for
that.
you?
She's like, "Are you made of stone?"
Clay.
Clay.
And not literally. Just
It
looks like
pretty
clay.
literal.
Sorry, Buck.
it's alright, Effie. It's alright. It's alright.
Were you born with your powers?
No, me and my brother, kind of indicates the other man who is sort of inspecting the wound. No, it's a bit of a funny story, and he catches the look in Morag's eye, and maybe not one for now.
Fair enough.
So, Morag speaking again. As is the rules, as is the law, you have sanctuary here. You are safe. No harm will come to you here. But it can't last forever. There is a limit to the length of my protection. If only because you're going to have to go out and deal with your own problems. And I will tell you this for free. If the Midnight Ripper is on your trail, then either you must have done something really bad, or whoever's doing a frame-up job on you has done it really, really good. And that is where we will end our session. Stick around, everybody, as we do our sort of outro plug, and join us on Patreon as we geek out over the credits of this particular episode. And I'm going to put this screen away so I can actually see what I'm fucking doing. So I've had a DM screen blocking half my monitor for this entire time. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us on this Monday night for the second episode of City of Mist. I hope everybody's had a good time despite the technical difficulties and the accidental doxing. It's fine. Yes. Sorry, Barry. Anyway, you can, as always, you will be able to find this entire video on YouTube. Hopefully the day after, depending on how my how I wake up and upload schedules go. You can follow me on Twitter at JonathanHoney4. You can follow my games company at Old Alliance Games at Old_Games. We will soon be doing some very exciting things. I know I say that every time, but it's actually happening this time. I'm having a meeting. I'm having a meeting on Wednesday about this. There will be things. There will be stuff. You can follow Chris at Chris Honey on Actor on Instagram. You can find all of my writing and my game reviews at jonathandavidhoney.com, and you can find the geeking out over the credits of the last episode and this on my Patreon, Jonathan David Honey on Patreon. Does anybody else have anything they would like to plug?
Nah. Life is wonderful.
Fuck yeah.
See y'all's.
I would like to plug Christopher's wonderful show, The Addams Family Musical, which is being directed by his fine self.
Hello, yes, I'm currently directing a show. It's on in November. If anybody is local to Scotland, then please come to Airdrie in November to see the Monklands Light Opera perform the Addams Family Musical. At some point, ideally this month, I will get my shit together and get some links and stuff out on interwebs. But in the meantime, I think that's all of the things. Yes? Yes.
I think that's all of the things.
Bye!
Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the session. We will be back next week at the same time for more City of Mist. Bye-bye!
Bye.